Hello, sir. May I start?
Yes.
Okay. So, very good afternoon to all. Here I am come with the topic that Tiresias and his significance in the poem The Westland. So, there is table of content. Objective of my presentation to define the position of Tiresias in this poem, which are the reference of Tiresias in this poem, what was the role of Tiresias in the poem of Fastland. Define Tiresias as a heart of the poem, Tiresias as a metaphorical voice of Iliad. So, in this slide, introduction of T.S. Eliot. He was an American-born British poet, essayist, publisher, and playwright, literary critic, and editor. He was won Nobel Prize for Literature in the year of 1948. And also, we can say that nevertheless, Eliot was unequaled by other 20th century poet in the ways of in which he commanded the attention of his audience. In the next slide, introduction about the Westland. The poem Westland, published in 1992. The Westland poem is widely regarded one of the most important poems of 20th century and also a central work in modernist poetry. This poem is divided in 5 parts, and also in which we find that not Iliad not present any single point or any single subject, but we find that collection of various images. We know that there are sudden changes of time, location, speaker, and even language, with the fragments of German, French, and Sanskrit language. So, Tiresias in Greek mythology. So, what is the importance of Tiresias? What in Greek mythology? Tiresias was a blind, immortal, and telling about the future. It means a prophet. There are several illusions in mythic Tiresias noted by Leo Brisson. That is divided in 3 groups. First, that is about Tiresias sex change episode. Second is blinding by Athena. That is also famous one, and third one is misadventures of Tiresias. The figure of Tiresias recurs in the later European literature as a prophet and as man and woman. As we know that he was a bisexual, that he was caused by Hera, and then he become man to woman. As he was immortal, so he had a vast experience of life as a man and as well as woman. So, in this slide, we come to know that what is the importance and role and position of Tiresias in the poem Fastland. In the third section of the poem, the fire sermon, the position is clear that T.S. Eliot point out by name of Tiresias the things, but in the other parts like what thunder said and other part we not find any clear position to give Tiresias. But after interpreting the things from point of view of Tiresias, that we know that come to know that Tiresias is present in the whole poem. So his position in the poem is not that of mere spectator, but a disconnection and assign him almost omniscient authority, rising above the overvoicing with a tone of certainty and thus providing a balance to otherwise dislocated of atmosphere. That is the lines from poem Mushing upon the king by brothers brag and on the king by father's death before him. Here we come to know that a relationship with the kingfisher. Tiresias has suffered a lot, and he is of the past and also a present. As a brother of he here we find that relationship of kingfisher with Tiresias as a brother. So that is the lines from part 3, the fire sermon, in which I Tiresias through blind throbbing between two lives, old man with a wrinkled female breast. So in which we find that here T.S. Eliot first mentioned Tiresias by name during a single section, the fire sermon, in which we find that the clear point that Tiresias thought blind, throbbing between two lives. Here we find that uh, two lives, that mean one as a woman and one as a man. In Fire Sermon, we also know that let's play the presentation. It's loading. Yes. So in which we come to know that there is a Tiresias through blind throbbing between two lives. Uh, Here we come to know that this one. And also in Fire Sermon, we find that T.S. Eliot present Tiresias as a narrator. He narrates all the things that T.S. Eliot mentioned, all the things through the eyes of Tiresias. So in that sense, we can say that Tiresias' role is very important in this poem. The next slide, in which we find that he's by name he's mentioning by name mentioning T.S. Eliot. Here Tiresias described an early evening scene in a city. What he was looking in early evening, that is T.S. Eliot mentioned by the eyes of Tiresias. That is there. In the next slide, we find that the lines, "Oh city, oh city, city, I can sometimes hear beside a public bar in a lower Thames." In this line, also present in the poem, in which we interpreting Tiresias present at here we can say that Tiresias roams modern London and hears a timeless sound, including music from the ancient instrument and chatter of fishermen and that all. So, conclusion. So thus, Tiresias seems to present the internalized understanding of the speaker, which Eliot is fundamentally attempting to seek out. But here we can find that Tiresias is the speaker. At some point, he was the speaker of the poem. It is through the prophetic omniscience and Tiresias that is a communicate. Thus, he is the core of at the heart of the poem. With Tiresias' point of view, we find that the other characters' movement and all the things, as well as connecting the present state of Westland, the figure foreseeable resolution and recovery. Whether he is viewed as the mythological prophet, the metaphorical voice of Eliot. For the embodiment of every chapter in the poem, it is evident that the text would seem distinguished and purposeless without her presence. In a way, if we try to imagine the Westland without Tiresias' role in this poem, so we cannot conclude all the meanings of the poem. So that's all from my side. Work cited. And thank you so much.
So see, yes, Ravina, if you will use some quotes from the work cited, then you will get a full score also. So try to everybody, and this is for everybody, whichever work you are citing, use something from that also in your material and say that in so and so article, so and so person is saying this. So that will help you in scoring full marks in your presentation. Yes, questions, very quick questions.
Yes, I have one question. Ravina, as you referred to Tiresias, so should we rely on Tiresias as a narrator, or is he an unreliable narrator? Because his voice is very much convincing, so convincing on one side, and on the other side, you had also mentioned that he is the Gjord at the heart of the poem in the conclusion slide. So, what is your take on that?
Yes, I want to say that Tiresias' role in this poem. So in the particular part, the fire sermon, that is his role is very much clear. That T.S. Elias mentioning the name of Tiresias, that role is very much clear. But in the other section, we have to interpret on our views on this line, and that through we come to we connect Tiresias' role of in this poem. So if you interpreting another way by not mentioning Tiresias, then you will find a different result. So in the fire sermon, I want to say that fire sermon, the role is very much clear, but in the other parts we cannot say that that is uh, the mentioning of Tiresias that not clear. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, welcome.
Okay, Ravina, I'm audible.
Yes, audible.
So my question is, can we see that the whole poem we can see the through the eyes of Tiresias?
As I'm saying that the fire sermon, that part we very much clear said that that is his role was very much clear. But as I'm answering Kavisha's question, also I'm mentioning here that whole the poem we cannot say, see that the eyes of Tiresias. But we interpret in this way, so we interpreting is more interpretation Yes, Rita, I'm answering your question.
Yes, Ravina. Thank you.